DJ LeRoy.
Night Watchman. So, Night Watchman, I mean, whoa. I thought we started down this road because it is 2024 with a presidential race, but it seems like stuff is actually like shifted big time. What's going on, man?
Harris 24, baby.
Woo! Woo!
That's right.
Now, hold it. Night Watchman, you are not telling me that once again, black women are going to save democracy. You're not going to say that, are you?
Black women and black men.
Hold it. Are you telling me that they actually stepped up? They stepped up.
You don't get to sit on the sidelines, my brother.
Wow. Okay.
You
So
want me on that wall. You need me on that
well, Night Watchman. I mean, yes, absolutely. So with that note, certainly we do know that if the other side had gets in, that they would do away.
No, we're not entertaining that.
So don't even put it in the ether. That's what you're telling me.
No. We're going for it now. We have a viable candidate. We're going for the win.
All right. So saying that, then you know what, Night Watchman. Then let's talk about arts. Let's talk about education. Let's talk about what Harlem School of the Arts. Why not?
Why not?
All right. Well, you know what? I got to give him major props, and that, of course, is their chief education officer. It can only be Lee Hogans, man. It could only be him. Yes.
What's up, guys? Good to see you again. Good to be on the show.
Always good seeing you, man. And you know what? Remember, you are the linchpin. You are the connector. So you know what? I got Mr. Horton. This is the connector. He's the keeper. Okay.
Has he been on the show? He's been on the show, right?
He has not yet been on the show. Like, what's going on?
What's he doing? I don't know. I'll talk to him today about it. See what's going on.
Well, Lee, since you have made all of this possible, I want you. That's right. I'm deputizing you to bring up our guests.
I appreciate that. Okay. You know, it's an honor too to be able to represent HSA. We've been around 60 years, so you know it's incredible to be able to.
Dorothy Maynor. Dorothy Maynor.
You know, you guys were talking about black women, you know, saving the day, yes. And Dorothy Maynor is definitely that true, iconic black woman who was able to save the day and save the lives of many black and brown children. So, and children in general, you know, yes. Harlem community children. So, let's give it up for her, definitely.
All right, indeed. So who you got for us, man?
You know, so I'm really excited to have the team, the education team here. These are the people who make things happen at HSA. They're the ones that oversee our teaching artists. They're the ones that hire our teaching artists. They develop the curriculum. They make sure each department is running smoothly, and they present the high quality arts that we have at HSA. So really excited to announce and bring on our directors today on the show.
Yay! Okay. Well, I understand, Lee, that one of them, he came on twice, and he made me wanted to go out there and get my suit and cape.
You know, superhero. Yep. I think he's a superhero, definitely. What he does, not only in HSA, but what he does, you know, in his family life, everything. He handles it. So
yes.
Let's do it.
Could only be AK. So AK, what I tell you that you would be invited back to the cookout, right?
Yes, you did.
All right. So welcome back. And as a matter of fact, I had to actually kind of joke with Lee because when we last ran into each other over at the school, you had injured your hand. So I was wondering, who were you punching out, man?
That's not entirely far from the truth. Nah, but I didn't hurt myself hitting nobody that time.
All right, good one. Well, Lee, who else you got up, man?
You know, we also have, and really excited to introduce her to the show. She's been with HSA for almost 2 years now. She has our theater department. She has taken the theater department, which has had, you know, its ups and downs, but she has got it on a trajectory where it's going up. And she's engaging the community, engaging our students. There's students who are in other disciplines that want to be in the theater program, as well. So would love to bring on Mercedes White.
Wow.
Yeah, what's up?
Mercedes.
How you guys doing? I heard
Good.
y'all was talking about black women, so
Yes, I
I had to
can.
show up.
Well, well, I definitely didn't have to know. Okay, so AK, hearing what Mercedes said, have you started some designs and drawings with some women, black women with capes, or what?
Actually, my next project, the main character is a 14-year-old girl. So,
Wow, wow.
no,
All
one of
right,
my
bro.
next projects anyway. It's not
Well,
bad one,
like I said, we're looking at you. So Mercedes, get ready, put on that cape. And I don't know how you look in some boots, but hey, the boots will come with it. Okay.
Listen, I never take my cape off. You
I know.
understand?
I'm saying, you don't see that
Oh,
cape? You got
she
on
Already
stay
now.
on.
ready so she don't gotta get ready. That's
I
what she
got
just
it.
said to
Man,
me.
All right.
Love it, love it, love it. So Lee, who else?
Also, and so this is the OG of the group. He's been with HSA for 13 years.
Wow,
Um,
wow.
Started as teaching artist or clinician actually, and then became the dance director and has been leading the dance department, and has also stepped into the artistic director um, zone. And this is the man. Our dance program is really extraordinary. We've been able to do tons of programming. I'm going to let him talk about it, but please, let's
Yeah.
welcome Leland Simmons.
All right.
Leland, how you doing, buddy?
I think you're muted, Leland.
Oh, yeah. You're muted.
I said I'm doing well. I'm blessed and highly favored, sir.
All right, brother.
All
All
right.
right, there we go. So Night Watchman, we gonna get this bad boy popping, man. All right.
Yeah, let's go.
So we got to start. Yo, Lee, you got to tell us about the journey, man. What attracted you to HSA, man? The story, knowing the history, or what? Have you always been in that space of imparting, let's say, wisdom, knowledge, and also training to young people?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, so um, my professional background started actually as a touring musician. I had the opportunity to perform with several artists that you may know: Prince, Jay-Z,
Ooh,
Marcus Miller, and a pretty long list. And so while I was doing that type of work, I had graduated with my master's in music. So I knew I
nice.
wanted to be able to give back and teach. So I would do private lessons, I do clinics. I worked with an organization called Jazz House Kids for a while. I even through there, I taught jazz performance, jazz theory. I also taught special needs students how to perform music and perform as an ensemble. So while I was doing that work, I was living in Harlem at the time, and I used to pass by a Harlem School of the Arts, going to the train or whatnot, or walking around in the neighborhood, and I went in a couple times, checked it out, and I was like, it would be a dream to work at this school because of what I was seeing. I also had a colleague who started working at the at Harlem School of the Arts as well, and just heard so much great feedback from them. And so I was like, I gotta get on, I gotta get in. I'd love to be a part of this community. I love this community. My love of hip hop. I've always loved Harlem. Coming from Georgia, I always wanted to live in New York, and I always wanted to
Wow,
be in Harlem.
wow.
So I was like, let's get it. And I had the opportunity to apply for this position. And 3 years later, I've been able to work with this community and really, really love it.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful story. At Night Watchman, I saw your eyes light up a bit when he said, "Look, Prince." Like I saw that, man. Okay.
Rest in peace, right?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
yeah.
well, you know what? Like I said, AKA, I'm not like Mercedes in terms of I do have the cape, I don't have the boots. So you got to tell me any new things happening there in the your department.
Oh, there's lots of new things happening. We last year at the summer of last year we started developing a partnership with Cope NYC, which is a big
Mm,
gallery out in Brooklyn and
wow.
Williamsburg. And that kind of flourished this year. We more or less were able to set up a actual exhibition in one of their galleries at 630 Flushing Avenue.
Wow. Yep.
And we essentially turned their gallery into a movie theater, and
Wow.
then used the space to showcase the work of our multimedia students that we had this year. We had a short film made by our advanced animation students, and we had our cinematography students are continuously working on stuff. So they actually worked on a short film as well, and a couple of them actually. And we also, because it is our 60th anniversary, our president thought that it would be a great opportunity for us to celebrate the founder, and we were able to put together basically a short documentary. We work with Lana Turner, who's like a local Harlem historian.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah,
Lana.
so we work with her. She actually played. She was our Morgan Freeman for our for our joint. It's been a big year. We had auctions this year with student work. That was a first. So a lot of watershed moments, man. It's been pretty amazing.
Beautiful. I want to hear more, because after all, I definitely want to know whether or not you have offered Marvel, that studio, to maybe get Blade done. Just check it. That's another story. But
I don't know if I can help that. That's a mess.
Yes, indeed. So now, Mercedes, I'm not coming for you, because I know you have you're always ready. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But so besides you, of course, shooting down my acting aspirations.
Listen, I had to do it. It was necessary.
So you weren't going to give me no false hope. You're gonna lay it real, lay it bare.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you how it is.
Okay.
For sure.
So speaking of which, talking about in your program in terms of theater and acting, tell me, do you see some future stars? Have you had to squash the dreams of some like me? But tell me, how's it going?
No squashing of dreams over here. It's going really, really well. My students, I wouldn't say they're future stars. I say that they're stars right now. Because I have several students who are working. A couple of them did some short films with NYU and Columbia. Two of them are in the final stages of casting for Penguin Random House for this amazing audiobook that's coming out.
Wow.
I'm very excited about that. Fingers crossed. They're amazing.
Nice.
They are stellar students. It was one of the reasons why I wanted to work at Harlem School of the Arts. Because coming from Chicago,
Chi-Town, all right.
But coming from Chicago, which is a very big and beautiful art city. Lots of students, they're really sort of like diverse in they want to do sports, they want to do arts, they want to do this, they want to do that. And I found here, especially in Harlem, a lot of the students are focused so heavily on the arts. And not just focused, but like really dedicated to it. They really, we keep them here. I know for me in my classes, I have them here for 8 classes a week, which is a lot. And they show up willingly and work so hard, and they are doing so many different things in different departments. Also doing things, with outreach, or when they helped with the gala. They're just always constantly busy, and they always show up. And I couldn't be prouder of them. So no, I don't squash their dreams. They are definitely stars today.
Beautiful. So NightWatchman, so when you had spoken to Mercedes before that, and I know your aspirations, you weren't deterred, right?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, wow. See, okay.
I didn't understand the question. Sorry, please.
No, you know what? I'm backing out. I'm backing away. Instead, I'm going to Leyland and, find out. So Leyland, the OG, do tell me about your journey there.
Oh, man. I think for me, when it comes to education, arts education, it started when I was young. My mother, my aunts were teachers. So there was just always this understanding of working with young people and lifelong learning, so that eventually after I had my professional career, actually during my professional career, I was teaching. I had the pleasure of dancing with Alvin Ailey's second company
Oh,
and
nice.
with Complexion's Contemporary Ballet. And during that time, a good friend of mine was working at Harlem School of the Arts. She was transitioning out to move down south, and she asked me if I could come in and sub for her. I came in and subbed, and they asked me if I could stay. And ever since then, I've been, serving as the, ambassador for this department and for this school, and empowering our young people, letting them know the beauty that they have inside of them. And similar to what Mercedes said, all of our children are stars, and just helping them see the gifts that they have, and helping them ignite those gifts. For me, I had the pleasure of, I come from a small town, so someone that was really instrumental.
Where at?
I take a guess. Take a guess.
I can't tell the accent, so help me out here. Go ahead.
All right. So I was a military brat.
Ooh,
So I grew up in Anchorage, Alaska.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Welcome, my brother.
Card.
And thank you absolutely for the service, bro. Thank you.
No doubt.
Wow.
So Arthur Mitchell, who founded the Dancers of Harlem, he was very instrumental in my New York journey. He came to New York and brought his company. I'd never seen that many Black people on stage before doing classical arts. And he offered a master class. And through that master class, he invited me to come to New York to train in the summer program, And so fast forward, me finding out years later, once I became, teacher, director at Harlem School of the Arts, finding out that he was the first director of dance at the Harlem School of the Arts, there was this really special through line, and so for me, I really just try to instill in our young people the discipline and expectations that he had, setting very high standards for our kids, and just letting them know that they can do anything that they want as long as they put their mind to it and focus and stay diligent to whatever that might be, whether it's in the arts or whether it's in communications, whether it's in politics. Our kids go on to do a lot of different things, not only just in the arts, and so it's a very special place where we're prepping them for life.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And but at one point, Leyland, I thought that it was thought that Black folk that we couldn't dance ballet. Is that
Yeah. He Arthur Mitchell dispelled that myth, and so we do make sure that we have a strong emphasis in our ballet training and our ballet program. One of our young students recently accepted a contract with the Birmingham Royal Ballet. He came to our program when he was about 7, and we trained him all the way up into high school. And now he's dancing in Europe. Another one of our young ladies is dancing in the UK with a Romber Ballet. So again, came to our program when they were young, didn't know what they exactly wanted to do, because here at HSA, we offer not just dance, but we offer all of these different arts disciplines, so they have the chance to experience and expose themselves in interdisciplinary training, and then helping them find their concentration. And that can be different for everybody, but with some of our students, they found that dance was their pathway, and they're dancing professionally, and they have those strong roots in ballet training, ultimately following in the legacy of Arthur Mitchell.
Love it. So so Lee, of course, knowing you as a musician first, right, but then knowing the history of Harlem School of the Arts, definitely there was some, let's say, financial challenges, to, as they say, right the ship. And so I'm going to give some props to Herb Alpert and his foundation. And then also, I guess, the real stuff that you guys have done at the board there. So what do you see going forward might be some of the challenges or opportunities that you see going forward?
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the Herb Alpert Foundation, because they continually support us. They're supporting us again this next year supporting
Beautiful.
our music program. They've really, really been the shining light at HSA, getting us out of our issues in 2010 and still continuing to support us. So really thankful for them. And this past spring, we had our gala, and our gala was successful. It may have been the most successful gala we've had in HSA history, just because of the many people who were involved and the many celebrities, the many community members who wanted to support HSA. And we were able to connect with the Avant
Mm-hmm.
family, um,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and to be able to, through their work and through the work of Nicole Avant, Jacqueline Avant, and the family work, to be able to actually support our school, and with Herb Albert's blessing and help, we were able to start a scholarship fund around the Avon family. And
Wow.
so we're rolling that out. This is going to give us the opportunity to really support the community, those who are not able to access the arts, those who aren't able to afford tuition, because we do still charge tuition, but there are some that obviously are not able to pay it, and we are always looking for ways to support them. So now we have this really strong initiative to be able to support the community. And at some point, our goal is to be able to either cut tuition in half, cut it in
Wow.
3/4, or be
Mhm.
able to completely wipe out tuition, so that everyone has access to our high quality programming and we can still keep the lights on. So it's a great initiative. I also have to shout out other organizations that have really helped us develop and see what the future looks like at HSA. I don't know, you might know this gentleman. He's the president of Harlem Community Development Corporation. Um, and yeah, I think you might know him. So he's
Okay. Yeah.
he's doing
I've heard that they've been doing some decent work in the community.
they've
So
been doing some incredible work in the community, and
wow.
I really want to shout them out. Thank you,
Wow.
Curtis, because
Mm-hmm.
we were able to start a program that's the first of its likeness at HSA, and that's a gaming program. Um,
Wow. Wow.
yes,
Yes. Okay.
and this was all because of the support of the Harlem Community Development Corporation.
Mm-hmm.
We were able to build a gaming lab and start our first class this summer. Um, the gaming lab was kind of the initiation of us getting in the space. And so with that, we were able to work with and partner with City College, because they have a
Mm-hmm.
gaming program as well, and
Yeah.
utilize their teachers. We've connected with Epic Games, and we were able to
Wow.
use their curriculum and
Mm-hmm.
work with Stephen Isaacs, who
Mm-hmm.
is in the educational zone over there, to work with him and develop the curriculum around it, and be able to bring in students throughout the community. So we have 10 students now who are taking our summer class. They're every day. They're always early. They always stay late because they love the programming. So just want to thank you for that, Curtis, and say this is a new initiative, and we're going to continue it in the fall. And also have to shout out AK Lovelace, because he is
Yeah.
overseeing
Yeah.
and developing that program.
AK. Yes, indeed. And you know what? So Night Watchman, remember, and I told you this again and again, for community development, getting flowers while we're still here. So Lee, thank you, bro. Thank
You
you.
deserve your
And
flowers,
uh,
definitely.
I definitely also want to give a shout out to the Harlem Gallery of Science,
Mm.
Stan Altman,
Yep.
Brian Schwartz,
Yep.
and of course Claire Haga Altman. So yeah,
Yep.
major props.
Yeah, I can't forget, they've been so integral to guiding us in this journey. Stan, Claire, thank you so much. Brian Schwartz as well.
Mm-hmm.
We just really, really couldn't have done it without them, and they're still our guiding force. I also have to shout out Masaya Haywood, who works for the Harlem Gallery of Science.
Wow.
Young brother who is so intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
This dude is he's going to take over the world. He's incredible. He actually sat down with Epic Games curriculum and said, I'm going to map this out for y'all, so that you have something that can support the students. And so he was on it, and he's teaching a class today. Actually, he's teaching the class today. So shout out to
Wow.
Masaya.
Beautiful, beautiful. So I heard you get some flowers there, AK. Do tell, and also, AK. So knowing your background in terms of comic books, and whatnot, I saw the high tech equipment that you guys had in the lab there. Does anybody still sketch, man? Tell me.
Oh yeah, don't get it twisted. Oh, by the way, I'm also an advocate of giving people their flowers while they're alive. Um,
Nice.
but yeah, no, definitely. I'm a traditional artist.
Mhm.
Still, I love the smell of paper and pencils, like legitimately. So you can
Nice.
do with that what you will. But
Nice.
yeah, but we still have a lot of kids that are traditional artists, and but we do live in you know a timeline where technology is evolving quite rapidly, and just the entire landscape of what that looks like from a production standpoint has shifted completely. There's been a real epic democratization of technology over the last 30 years, and it's kind of foolish to pretend it doesn't exist. We have kids that work on their iPad and Procreate, and then we have kids that's still out there with a little razor trying to sharpen their pencil. So we try to accommodate all. Like, even though I'm a traditional artist, I use a lot of digital in my actual process. I use digital tools because it just makes everything quicker. It's like if I'm working on a concept for something and I'm knocking out half a dozen thumbnails for that concept, the ability to take those raw drawings and put them into Photoshop and manipulate them and scale them up and scale them down and move them around and shift them till I get what I want, and then take that and print it on nice paper and then go back to drawing. I mean, I'm old enough to have been alive when it was like Kinko's and Xerox copy
Ooh,
machines and crap like
wow.
that. So like this is not even a contest in my head. So I definitely it's make it a point to when I'm engaging the students to help them understand that these are tools,
Hmm.
and that's all they are. They are tools, and it's in your interest to know how to use them.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I guess, okay, and I'll put this out there. So Mercedes, in theater and acting, right? Certainly we rely on the dome for us to remember our lines.
Hmm.
But now we talked about technology over there. So let's say we certainly do know when politicians and others who are not really adept at acting, I got a teleprompter. Do you guys use technology in your stuff or what?
Yeah, so we typically, if we're going to be a little bit edgy, we might throw a little uh projector up there, but
Hmm.
I'm more of a traditionalist in which I like to keep technology away from sort of the theatrical aspect of it all.
Hmm.
Um but there's elements in it with the lighting system, with the sounds that we use in the show, in our shows. I think mainly where we sort of shine with technology is in our TV and film department.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
when we shot a couple of short films and we shot a couple of theater prep commercials that'll be out. So check out for that. But
Nice.
we sort of use that space to sort of really work with technology,
Hmm.
and because we want to reach like the younger generation and things like that, we sort of do like Instagram reels and TikTok and all of that, a lot of social media and a lot of technology when it comes to videoing things.
Gotcha,
So in
gotcha.
other words, Curtis, if you want to be on stage, you'll have to learn your lines.
Gotta
Yeah,
practice.
So,
absolutely.
so Mercedes, I know you were waiting all show to set him up for that. I know this already.
Listen, I threw it and he caught it.
Very good, back. Okay, let me move on because I know if there's one thing about dance, you can't fake that bad boy, or else Sandman will come out and drag you off the stage. So yes,
Yeah, they'll drag you off. You got to know your steps.
absolutely. So in terms of, let's say, dance, are we studying all forms through your department or what?
Yeah, I mean, we study everything from ballet to hip hop to tap. We offer Dunham technique,
Mm.
Afro Caribbean training. We do modern Horton technique. We offer contemporary dance, improvisation. So yeah, it's a very eclectic mix of techniques, but ultimately, the training is geared to really help young people if they aspire to do this in college, to do this professionally. They have the tools, they have the training so that they can be competitive. Something that Dorothy Maynor, always talked about was giving our kids access and beauty to high level arts education in the neighborhood so that they don't have to go downtown. They don't have to go, outside of the neighborhood. So that's essentially what I try to do with the curriculum and with the training here at Harlem School of the Arts. In our dance department, we have partnerships too. We partner yearly now with the Radio City Rockettes.
Wow.
Our young ladies, our dancers and boys, they were able to perform and open up for two of the Radio City performances over this last year and the year before. And then the Radio City Rockettes come in, and throughout the year, they offer master classes and workshops with our young people. We also have a relationship with the Wilhelmina Modeling Agency's Willie Room division. So now, I guess within modeling, the industry is moving towards looking for a lot of movement models. So throughout the year, those talent, they come in and they work with our students. They really mentor them and they give them advice, on the ins and outs, on how to maneuver through the professional commercial industry of dance. So these relationships and the training and curriculum and partnerships really give our kids a great foundation, but it also gives them the information through the teaching artists and guest artists that they get to work with and they get to connect with. And then what's really exciting is that a lot of the kids, they go off and they come back. And the Wilhelmina relationship happened through one of our alumni who is currently dancing on Lion King. She's with the Wilhelmina Modeling Agency. They love her, and they asked her, we want to find out more about where you came from, your story. You have this poise, you have this presence. And she said, I came from Harlem School of the Arts. So they had to come back here and they wanted to know more about Harlem School of the Arts, and then they're like, wow, so it's just those kind of things, polishing our young people so when they go out, they stand out and people say there's something different about you. Where did you come from? Something unique about you. And that's the moving work that we all do here, AK, Mercedes, Lee, and it's just really special.
Beautiful.
So Leyland, because of your longevity there, you've had a chance to see the arc of a lot of these young people develop. So maybe you can share with us some of your great stories about seeing somebody who started out not sure about what direction they were going and to see them evolve into a certain direction.
Yeah, so many stories. I could think about, one young man who came to our program. His parents brought him, and he was about 7. He was about 7. Very poised, very skilled, very, very talented, but it was raw, so he needed refinement. He needed, someone to really hone in his skills. And this was a student who was not only exceptional at dance, but he also could sing and he also could act.
Wow.
Through the training here at HSA and the mentorship, he was encouraged to audition for different shows. He auditioned for The Lion King. He booked The Lion King as young Simba. And then from there, it became a domino effect. Now he's currently a rising young actor. He is a lead actor in the TV show Stranger Things. His name is Caleb McLaughlin. And Lucas, the African-American boy in the show. And currently just an exceptional rising young talent. But he got his foundation at HSA, and the parents came, they'd heard about the program, and they were looking for somewhere for him to really, I think they saw the raw talent and they wanted to find a place for him to cultivate it, and also to be able to train with teachers that look like him and to train young people that look like him, as he lived up in the suburbs. And, you know, most of the schools were pretty white. So I think that was really important for them. And so, you know, with all of that, I think that support, being able to see the teachers and the teaching artists who, you know, came before him through this institution that he could look up to, who'd been on Broadway, who'd been in television, you know, it really, I think for him and other students, it gives them the confidence when they go out there to audition, you know, to know that they had those people, you know, behind them who walk that path and walk that journey. And then, you know, seeing all the amazing things he's doing, you know, he's taking the torch and taking the school and the name of the school and the work that we've done, you know, getting the brand out there.
Beautiful. And you know what, I guess having heard what Leyland said in terms of, let's say, having teachers that look like them, you know, imparting their wisdom and knowledge, but also Lee, man, you guys have a nice little diverse population of students. So I'm making the assumption that white parents and others have identified the quality of teaching that HSA has to offer at a real reasonable price.
Yes, you know, we do have a diverse group of students, group of families. You know what it is? I'm trying to think, and I've been racking my brain for probably about a year now to think of what this word is going to be. I'm going to make up a word. I'm going to find a word. That word is what it's going to do is going to describe what happens at HSA, because we have the technique, we have the, you know, the skills-based programming. We understand what it means to do, you know, the different techniques, and we can dive into those. But the thing that we have that other institutions don't have, it's that thing, you know. Right now, I call it vibe, I call it joy, I call it soul.
Yes.
But I'm gonna come up with a name for HSA because we have this thing where the joy just is oozing out of the children, oozing out of the faculty. And what happens is when you have that refinement from technique, from practice, you know, and you add that joy and that love and that feel and that vibe to it, that's when you succeed as an artist. And that's when you can not only do things for your life, but you do things for the community. Because what that does, it brings the community together, brings the world together. That's why we love the arts, because we like the technique. We like when things are flashy, but what really brings us to the arts is when you have that soul and that vibe. And HSA is oozing in the walls, you know. So I think that's what draws all different types of ethnicities, all different backgrounds, because you can't get that anywhere else. You can get the technique, you know, in a lot of different places, but you can't always get the joy and the vibe and the soul. And so we got it.
Nice, very nice. And one thing, as some night watchman, you do know that I like swag, right? So definitely you see Lee, of course, wearing his swag.
Yeah, I already saw you eyeing that shirt, saying I'm gonna need one of those.
Okay, see, Night Watchman, I'm not gonna focus on that. I'm gonna instead, I'm gonna go to, of course, AK, because remember,
AK, I want to just follow up on what Lee just said, because it struck something in my mind, and I think it's really important what he talked about. So there was this movie. What was the movie with J.K. Simmons and Miles Teller? Where
I know, where he was a drummer. He was
Yes.
Miles Teller was the drummer, and J.K. Simmons was the abusive teacher.
Whiplash.
Right. Whiplash, yes.
Whiplash. And I always felt like when I watched that film, like his character didn't get it, because he pushed for the excellence, but he left out the joy. And when he said what he said just now, it says HSA is the opposite of what that was. So you don't get whiplash at HSA.
You don't get whiplash. I will say you do get very disciplined instruction. You know, we do not leave out that. We do understand that this is a place for you to really work on your discipline, to understand that it takes doing it over and over and over and again the right way. And the only way you can do that is to be focused and disciplined.
Hmm.
But we know that the end product has to end during the practice and everything. The joy has to be there, because why are you doing it?
Right.
Are you doing it just to impress someone, or are you doing it because you're on a mission to improve the world? And I think
Yeah.
us, the students that come out, Leland talking about Caleb McLaughlin, um, this kid now is shining a light on the world. He's infecting kids his age so that they can aspire to do other things. And it's because he had the love as well and the joy. So it's really important.
Nice, nice, nice. So, or to you, AK, for making me see that, of course, comic book creation, superhero creation, is truly art. So I just want to know some of the creative things that your young people do. Is that something that is also on the open market for sale?
Yeah. So I mean, it's always a once you start introducing the actual commerce into the student environment, it
Hmm.
was it can get sticky quick.
Yes.
But I'm also very fond of saying seeing is believing.
Hmm.
There's no substitute for it. You can stare at 1,000 pictures of the Grand Canyon
Gotcha,
until you
gotcha.
get there. You're not doing nothing. And with the students, especially with the students, and especially with underserved students, that's even more important. So putting the students in situations where they're actually able to legitimately see that, oh crap, I'm doing this.
Yes, yes.
That's one of the most important things that to me that we offer as an institution.
Hmm.
I have a student right now that's headlong into illustrating a children's book,
Wow,
and
wow.
she's a sophomore.
Mhm.
I think she's a sophomore. This might have been her freshman year, and she might be going into sophomore year. But bottom line, she's young, and she's illustrating a children's book, like a legitimate children's book. I have other students so we did a couple of auctions this year. That was the first
Uh-huh.
time that we'd done anything like that, and some of these kids made some
Right.
money, like sold some, like some of
Wow.
these kids paid, some of these kids work went for quite a lot, and they got commissions afterwards. Like I have
What?
a kid that she has like a commission sheet now.
I'm loving it.
Um and so I'll be getting little texts every now and then from her, like, "Oh, I'm working on this," and like asking for like tips, and so it starts to get really wild. And then we have, because of the efforts to diversify our programming and really move into some of these digital spaces, like animation,
Hmm.
like filmmaking.
Hmm.
We have students that are, two of my film kids just interned on the senior thesis for a Tisch graduate,
Hmm.
who was a recipient of Spike Lee's award. So
Wow.
Spike Lee, for those who don't know, Spike Lee, NYU Hall of Famer,
Hmm.
obviously
Hmm.
world-renowned filmmaker.
Yep.
NYU is his alma mater, more or less. And they set up a scholarship fund in his honor many years ago. It's a very prestigious award, and I started a partnership with Pace University recently, this year actually. And over the course of that interaction, one of the organizers of the thing that they were doing was this young filmmaker. So during the having the opportunity to speak to him, I kind of plugged in some of my kids, you know what I'm saying? And and so they got to do that this summer. They got to work on a real set with a budget
Mm.
and all of that, and like be on a location and really get to see the inner workings of the machine. So
Mm.
it's been a big thing to put these kids in places where they are getting to see their work um realized at that kind of a level, um by
Yep.
people that are willing to pay them in many circumstances for the privilege of sharing or owning their work, and that's pretty.
I
I mean, it's
love.
priceless. To me, it's priceless.
Nice, nice. So Night Watchman, it could be a career there in NILs for you, buddy. You know, right? But having said that,
I didn't get that joke either.
okay, you know what, Mercedes, you may have to break it down for him. AK, you know what I'm saying. But having said that, and AK, you will let me know when there's another auction of some of those works there, right?
Yes, sir. I certainly will. You may have some. May have some. You had some competition, man. We had some interesting circumstances playing out with them auctions, boy. Let me tell you, it wasn't.
Oh wow.
We had like infighting at because we were contact. I was contacted in the winter by a law firm, and then like consequently, almost at the same time, Lee was contacted by another law firm.
Wow.
I don't want to say the law firms because I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't think it's a big deal, right?
well, who's
Um,
listening? That's right.
Right, but well, no, so one was Seward and Cassell, and the other was
uh,
Morgan Stanley,
oh,
and
gotcha, gotcha.
so the Seward and Cassell one in particular, the office shenanigans got really interesting because you have people that are willing to spend $1,000 or more on a painting,
Wow.
and then you have other people that are willing to wait till about 2 minutes before the auction ends and
To up
spend
it.
another five hundred
Yes,
dollars on a
yes,
painting.
yes. Oh my
So
God.
you have some interesting scenarios playing out. So yeah, but yeah, like that's it's been pretty amazing. We're really excited. It takes these things feel like they happen in an instant when they're
Mhm,
happening, but
mhm.
it's really like months and months and years of steadfast hard
Yes.
work and dedication that gets us to this moment, and it takes a village for real.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So
And
Curtis, I
uh
see a connection as you being the great connector of Harlem. Um, a connection between them and the Harlem Art Show.
oh,
Does that
you mean Harlem Fine Arts Show? You talking about with
Harlem Fine Art
yeah,
Show?
yeah,
Yes, yes,
Dion Clark. Okay, okay,
yes.
yeah.
Because why not introduce create a pipeline for some of these young people to get some of their work exhibited in the Harlem Fine Art Show and make more commissions.
Uh, Thank you for that note there, Night Watchman. Duly noted. I will take care of that. But before I
Yeah,
do
what up with
that,
that, Curtis? What up with that, man?
wow.
You holding
See,
out, man.
see, Night Watchman. What you started here? You know what? Okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to go to instead. I am going to go to good old Mercedes. So Mercedes, I do have a shameless plug. Okay, because you
Okay.
did mention Penguin Random House.
Mm-hmm.
So just so you know, I am married to a voiceover professional who's done a series of audio books as well as radio imaging and and also commercial tags. And
Oh,
that of
nice.
yes, so that is Karen Murray, and I'll send you some of her stuff.
Yeah.
So with this particular project that you're talking about, just saying, just saying.
Listen, listen, send
Yeah.
her stuff over. All
Uh,
the info.
All right, all right. And because she grew up in Vermont, she has one of those non-regional specific voices.
Nice. Love that.
So you gotta tell me what are you working on? Because okay, tonight, Night Watchman and I are going to go see Midsummer Night's Dream in
Oh,
Marcus
and
Garden. Yep,
CPH?
you
Nice.
got it, you got it. So what are you working on? We should know about.
Me personally as an actor or the school?
Let me hear both.
Me as an actress, I just finished filming the third season of a show I'm on HBO called Somebody Somewhere.
Yes,
So check that
yes.
out. That would be
Okay,
great. I'm
done.
a series regular on there, so that's really fantastic.
Beautiful. Congrats.
Um, Filmed that in March or April or whatever.
Hmm.
I also had a play of mine. I'm a writer as well, so
Oh,
I'm
congrats.
working.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hmm. Hmm.
Working on a play about the mortality rate of Black women during childbirth, which
Ooh.
is extremely important. And I really want to focus on highlighting the disparities, the racial disparities in that.
Mm.
And one of my plays had an off Broadway preview.
Ooh. Wow.
I'm not preview, premiere. which was it's called Genesis, which is a prequel to A Raisin in the Sun, and that was received very well. So I'm very proud of that. So yeah, that's essentially what I'm working on as an actress and a writer, my personal career. So it's going really, really well. What I'm working on here at HSA is I'm getting ready to do Schoolgirls, or the African Mean Girls play by Jocelyn Bayo.
Yes.
And I cannot wait for it. So we have auditions coming up. And I think it's going to be really great for the community because it is an important play. It deals with issues of colorism. And I cannot wait for my kids to be able to deal with that. A little bit of a more mature topic, but something that they experience in their lives and they are aware of. And I think being able to connect to that, that's what acting is all about, being able to connect to real life circumstances. Because acting isn't about like imitating anything. You're not really pretending. You're just putting yourself in a real life situation and allowing it to be on stage. And so all of us, we connect to those things. When you see a really powerful performance or a really powerful TV show or something, you connect to it because you're like, wow, I think, that person, I see myself in that person, or I've been through that, or I know someone who's been through that. And so that is what I'm trying to bring with this play. So I'm very excited. Please come to see it. It'll open in November. I definitely will be hitting you up, Curtis, and NightWatchman, so y'all can come see it.
Mercedes there with bells on, but do tell me, of course it is going to be in the theater adjacent to the main hall, correct?
Yes, sir.
Love it. Okay, and NightWatchman, what are you saying? You gonna be there or what?
Absolutely. Can't miss that. Come on.
Okay.
Yes.
Mercedes,
Bring people with you
You
too.
were a multi-hyphenate. I mean, actor, writer, director, keep people in line.
That's definitely true. She keeps us all alive.
That part we knew.
Yeah, exactly. Because when we were first bringing it on stage, when she was coming with a little bit of heat, a little bit, which we love. Because we welcome that. I mean, I only get it from NightWatchman, so getting it from you, Mercedes, is welcome.
Listen, I'm in a room full of men. I gotta hold my own.
Curtis, she has a part for you also. You can play a tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't you guys laugh, because that encourages him. Okay. So having said that, Leyland, go ahead. Tell me.
The line coming to you is gonna be make like a tree and leave.
See, don't laugh. Leyland, please save me, brother. Save me.
Yeah. So right now we're getting ready for our summer dance intensive. It's a 3-week intensive that happens August 5th through the 23rd. Nice. We have a lot of wonderful, exciting guest teachers coming in. Some of the partnerships that I mentioned before will be stopping in to work with our young people. And we have our culminating performance August 23rd, the Summer Blaze concert, which will be in our theater. So it's always a treat. And then aside from that, just getting ready I'm already thinking about and prepping for our holiday show that takes place in December. And then we have our spring concert in April, our Spring Blaze concert, which is, showcasing our strongest in our scholarship pre-professional students. So yeah, multitasking right now, prepping not only for one thing, but about 5-6 other projects right now down the pipeline. So that's kind of what we do here.
Nice. Well, NightWatchman, you know what? Can you say lightning round or what?
Yes, I also want to just throw this up there for people.
Okay.
To find out more information about the Harlem School of the Arts, you can go to.
Yeah, I see. AK ready. Yes. And you know what, NightWatchman, I joke with you and whatnot. And you are not just a pretty face. You are I rely on you for your technical expertise. So thank you, Night Watchman.
Among
Let me
other
just say,
things,
this is a
yes.
brand new website.
Oh,
This
ooh.
website just rolled out about a month ago. We're really happy about this because it really showcases our classes and our information, and more to come with this. But this is a brand new website that we've rolled out.
All right.
Wow. Well, very, very, very nice. Well, so then, Lee, do tell, and any closing comments? Tell us.
Yes. Yes,
Uh-huh.
so
Oh,
please go
well.
to our brand new website and check out information on our intensives. As Leland mentioned, we have a dance intensive, we have a theater intensive with Mercedes, we
Hmm.
have a media and design intensive as well. We had a music intensive. So please go to the website. We also have our summer camp. The last session C starts August 5th through August 16th. And let me say this, with the camp and the summer intensives, we've broken down the barriers to access. So if you want to go, you need to go, register. We will make it happen. If you don't have the finances, we will make it happen and we will get you
Wow.
in. So please go and register at hsanyc.org. And one other quick thing, just going back to technology, I heard you guys the track that comes on at the beginning. So we have a music production program, and our students are incredible in terms of music production, making their own tracks, making their own beats. So how can we get one of those on the show? Maybe that'll be the
Uh,
Oh, ooh.
opening song for the show.
Lee,
How do
I'll
we do it?
follow up. I'll follow up with you.
Okay.
We absolutely can take advantage of that, and perhaps the new theme of Soul Lounge Primetime can come from HSA.
That'd be
I'm not
awesome.
sure. I'm not comfortable, Lee, because it may be some like hee haw or some stuff like that.
No,
You sure?
let me tell
Because
you, these kids. Oh
Listen,
my
this
goodness!
is
So let me give
uh
you one quick example.
huh.
This year, they got their music played on Home Shopping Network as part of
Wow.
Harlem Fashion Row's design. They did a big design rollout for a 24-hour segment. HSA production students' music was played for all 24 hours.
Wow. Okay. You know what? I'm taking a sigh of relief. So I'll go with you, Lee, for sure. And AK, what parting thoughts do you have for us, man?
We stay outside, man. We stay outside, man. We really doing this thing over here. So, it's 60 years ago, this woman started a journey,
Hmm.
not for herself per se, but for all of the young people in her community, um, that had the potential to do what she had already managed to do herself
Hmm.
for herself.
Yep.
And we are very heavily invested in continuing that legacy. And we stay up, man. We really out here doing stuff. Like as Lee said earlier, we started a game design program.
Hmm.
Um, and that's a big deal. And one of the things that we've been doing over this last couple of years, that I've been focusing on is that, a lot of these disciplines, they end up sitting right next to each other or they end up working with each other.
Wow.
And like as we grow as an institution and as we get more tech,
Hmm.
because that is an aspect of it. We are exploring those kinds of tendrils and footprints and interconnections more and more. So, when the animation students um, worked on their short this year, they worked with the music production students. The music production students did the score
Hmm.
for the animated short. The animating students did.
Gotcha.
Our cinematography students, the actors come from the theater department most of the time.
Nice.
So, these things are all sitting next to each other most of the time. We started this game design program. Game design uses all of it.
Wow.
I'm sure at some point in time, well, hopefully at some point in time, I'm gonna be having a conversation in a room with Leyland because we will have gotten some new cameras and some green screen tech, and I'm gonna be, asking them for dances so that we can do some motion capture for some character that some kid made. So like, we out here, man. We really doing the thing, man. We publishing books, we doing shows. I got a whole mural squad now. So, you know, we're really
I,
making it happen, man. It takes a lot to do these things. I'm very blessed to work with my colleagues. These people put an enormous amount of their self into making these things happen. And it really does take a lot to get to that pretty finished product.
Love it, love it, love it. Of course, look, we were with you, Mercedes, and you've given me all that you're doing, all that the program is doing. So bless. So I want to sign up for theater. Where do I go?
Yes, please check out our website. Also, like Lee mentioned, we do have our summer program. Yeah, thank you for putting the website up there. We do have our summer theater intensive that is open for registration. Please, if you want to learn improv, if you want to learn classical theater, if you want to learn TV on camera work for commercials, that is where you want to be. It is for 1 week, August 26th through August 30th. It is open. Please, if you want to be there, you can be there. Register. And also, if you have a kid who wants to take acting classes in the fall or in the spring, we have a bunch of classes that range from classical theater to contemporary theater. We are doing a bunch of movement work, kabuki work, everything that you can think of under the sun. Please sign them up for theater classes here at HSA. You do not need to go anywhere else outside of the neighborhood. We have quality. We are amazing. And all of my teachers and myself are all working outside of here, and we are dedicated to the kids. We really want them to have the best education, and there's no need to go downtown. It's right here in Harlem.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Leyland, as you know, I do have some rhythm, man.
All right.
Yes. So if I want to show the old soft shoe, where do I go, man?
Well, we had adult classes last year. We're looking to bring back some of our adult classes this year. We're definitely going to have our Afrobeat, Afro-Caribbean class for adults coming up in the fall. So yeah, stay tuned. Be on the lookout. HSANYC.org. And anyone who has any children ages 4 to 17, please check us out.
Love it.
Curtis, you better bring that Gatorade, bro.
I'm ready. Hold on. Don't get me confused or twisted that I'm NightWatchman. I am Curtis Archer.
That's you're the one with new replacement parts. So let's.
Wow. So you talking about my new hip? You're talking about my new. You had to do that.
Yeah, you're gonna get a chance to test it out with those Afro-Caribbeans. So.
Wow. Okay, NightWatchman, can you take us home?
Thank you. First of all, thank you for all of you for coming. The work that you guys do in instilling culture in our kids is not to be underestimated, and your results speak for yourself. Yes. So you've been listening to Soul Lounge Primetime on WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. We also live stream on YouTube and Facebook. You can always find us on Monday night, 7 p.m. on the radio, and 8 p.m. on your favorite live stream platforms. Thank you for coming, and join us next week when we're going to have another great, exciting show. It may be a rerun, though.
all I got to say is that you guys, all of y'all, will be invited to the cookout, okay? Not just you, AK, anymore, okay? You got